in the correct direction. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. 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 All right, does everybody know that? Okay. It says I'm now streaming. Okay. Okay. I'm late. Happy New Year. I wish I could say I had a hangover, but it ain't a hangover. It's just I have a furuncle on my nose, on this side, a nasal furuncle, and I am taking damn antibiotics and it's stuffing stuff up my nose to make it better. And it's not cocaine, so it's giving me a fucking headache and trying to see if this. Oh, that's good. Clothespin on the nose. Yeah. Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Miss J. Good morning, Barb. Happy New Year. Uh, Beach. I'm quiet. I can turn up. Check this shit out. How about that? Is that better? That better? I can also move it a little further to here. My volume, it ain't low now, is it? Tell me. Tell me how you do that trick. Spotify's on. Uh-oh. Turn that off. So we're good? We good to go? You can hear me? Yeah. All right. Coca-Cola controls the world. Look it up. Some crazy shit with Coca-Cola. I'm better now. Well, I'm not. I mean, my sound is better, but I've been sleepy and feeling like shit because this doxycycline, it's kicking my ass, like making me tired, making me sleep all the day. Good morning, Mandy. Happy New Year. 2020.4. He's Hans Christian Schwartz. Welcome, dude. I got some stuff to go through this morning, or this afternoon, whatever. It's noon, so it's because I was late. It's because I was late, y'all. That's why. Yeah, got a whole bunch of stuff. I haven't published it yet. I need to do it. I need to go into this thing and do a lot of what you call relabeling, do the descriptions, all the shit that I don't know if the oh man, I just got so many memories. I can't help but think of Doug half the time when I'm broadcasting because he was like the guy that got me back into doing it. So I mean, aside from radio, doing this kind of broadcasting. So who else? Yep. Okay. Yeah. Welcome. See here. Oh, I need to start this thing. Here we go. All right. So, man, I can't reach my board. How about this? How about I move my shit so I can reach it? Carefully. There we go. Carefully. There we go. Scooch. And blam. Oh, there it is. Hi. It's 2024. It's a mess in here. I got a clothespin on my forehead. And let's move that there. Put this here. All right. So press this. And, I heard through the grapevine that, it's hard to see me. So I put a little button here. So, like, I can switch between just the main monitor and this and, all the other thingamaboodles that I have. Like that. Okay. So, yeah. Um, this is the blog. I got some things to cover. Yeah, yeah. So I want to. Is it Monday? It's Monday. It's the first, 2024. Holy shit. Okay. So it feels like 2020. Somebody made a joke. 2020.4. Because, man, does it feel like you're in one of those disaster movies and you're running from like the edge of the earth falling off and you're just constantly running, like for your life so that you don't fall off the edge. Um, I republished my blog and it's a blog roll at the moment. And just so you know what that is, a blog roll is shit. Blog roll is it's like a feed. It's a never-ending feed, and until I like come up with a good topic section, it's just gonna be a scroll fest. Doom scroll to your heart's content. There's plenty of stuff there right now, and there's more that I had published before. Doug was pretty upset that I unpublished a lot of the stuff that I did. I didn't consider it to be that helpful, uh, and it didn't seem that there was much traffic. So, you know, uh, but there's other factors involved too that I'll explain with some of the videos that he also wanted me to re-upload. That are some of them are cringy for me, and they're cringy for me because they were me going through what I guess I can only describe as sort of like the molting process of leaving not just Scientology but a family culture that was toxic and I'll call it corrosive. Corrosive. Um, because corrosion occurs like with two incompatible elements or whatever. So, um, and it's like corrosion makes more sense to me because it's like love corrodes, but it's still there, but it's just corroded. Uh, Compassion corrodes, just like or erodes, erosion, corrosion of all of these things, and it's like not healthy. So the videos from 2015 all the way to 2019, 2018, 2019, some of them are cringy, but uh, they were used in some of the backflash stuff because Doug liked the uh, points that I was making. But I contend that I was in the molting process and, like deprogramming myself, working through stuff with the community, which is, not. What am I doing here? The community, I guess I could do this and make it. I don't know if it's going to look stupid or not. Oh, I don't have the background? No. Okay. Well, what was I talking about? Let's see here. So, yeah, videos. There's a lot of them. one of them that we featured that he wanted to use, because he would be like, man, what was that video that where you talked about this or that? And I'm like, this one, no, wasn't that one. This one, no, wasn't that one. So it took a little bit to find what he was looking for, and it was the Netflix "Do We Have a Problem with Danny Masterson?" But there were others too, that he was like, "Where are they?" And I'm like, "In my hard drive." And he's like, "Why the fuck are they not up?" So I did publish the playlist of the creative processing from 2015 to 2019. Let's see here. Molting deprogramming would be helpful for people to see, but I totally understand why too cringy or personal re-upload. Yes, great comment from Amy. Right here. You know, she said that the process would be helpful for people to see. And that's what Doug was saying, pretty much. You know, he was like, as gross as it is, like, it should be there because you can also see the change over time. You can see the change. So, you know, it's just a matter of putting them in the correct order. Because when I pulled them down from Google Takeout, some of them, the upload dates were preserved, and some of them they were not. So, man, my head is killing me. I took 4 aspirin. We're going to get through it. 2020.4. I mean, assuming this nasal furuncle doesn't turn into something that gets into my brain and I suddenly go and drop the body. Barb, you're allowed to stay within your own comfort zone. Having said that, I watched almost all your old videos and appreciate them a lot. Well, thank you, Barb. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I would say I'm surprised, but no, I'm not, because the community has always been, for me at least, hey Brian, I finally started at a reasonable time for you. Slept late, started at noon. Would you mind reciting or typing your poem number 20? I think it's number 20 in your book. I would love to see that. The poem that you dedicated to me and Doug. I really like it. It's short and sweet, to the point. So there was more than one reason, though, that I took all of the material, the stuff down. And one of the reasons was the noisy investigation. And in some of the videos, this was going to be, that's what's hard about putting them in chronological order, because I was bouncing from one place to another, back and forth, going from New Orleans to Lake Charles to Jackson, back to New Orleans, sometimes Lafayette, sometimes Beaumont, Texas, sometimes Houston, Texas, and I just had my phone with me, and you know, things were pretty bad. Anyone who watched all that stuff knows. So, but you know, interspersed, there's times where thankfully, I was sublimating and keeping my sanity, because it's hard. It can be hard to keep your fucking sanity. Uh, or in Scientology, they call you anchor points in whenever all of your reality around you is just crumbling. So, um, yeah, wait a minute. No, let's see here. Edit. So they have the original file name. So this one is about grief charge, basic explanation, and reconnecting to memories. Because in Scientology, you block everything, and so grief charge is a way. It's a way to say, okay, with words, like this is this feeling that you have, and it's just this thing, and you blow the charge and it's gone. Well, grief is an ongoing process. It's not a charge that just like poof, it's gone. And maybe in some cases, I don't know, but I'm no grief expert. But I have experience with it, and it's it changes. Grief changes, but I don't think it ever really goes away. Let's see here. Perfect. Brian, send me the link. He sent me the link on Messenger. Okay. Well, let's check that out. Scientology haikus. Here it is. Let's make that full screen and do this. Here's Brian. Let's make sure the volume's up.
Hello. In this video, I'm going to be going over another haiku. This one is my 22nd Scientology haiku, and this one is for the Headleys. Scientology. The best thing about it is when you're blown for good. Okay. Blown for Good. Blown for Good, BFG, Helzinu, is a book and a YouTube channel and a website that was...
Wrong one? That's okay.
The Headleys.
Well, that's what you sent. Do I have to... What I gotta mash make it do? What I gotta mash make it do? That's one word, by the way. What I gotta mash make it do? It means how do I make it work? Probably just go to his page here. If I'm not mistaken, it's the 20th one. Let's see here. Oh God! Oh, here it is. 9th. That's the 9th one. All right, here we are.
Hello, and welcome to my channel.
Why is that?
My name is...
Okay. Figure this shit out.
Brian Lucas, and I
need to go here. And that's going to the right place. All that's going to the right place. So, let me go right here. And that's right.
I'm a poet. YouTube channel, Raised in the Church, on Amazon.
Come on now.
Called All About Scientology.
Y'all are hearing it.
And this is my 9th.
Sorry, I'm starting it over for myself.
Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Brian Lucas, and I'm a poet. And in this video, I want to read to you a poem from a book I recently published on Amazon called All About Scientology. And this is my 9th Scientology haiku. And this one is for Doug and Marcus. Scientology, broken promises are all it will ever keep. Okay, the inspiration for this one came from watching a broadcast on the YouTube channel Dazed But Not Confused. Dazed But Not Confused is run by an ex-Scientologist named Doug Kramer. He was an actor at one point. He was second gen, raised in the church of Scientology. His parents got him into it, which is the case with a lot of this stuff. Well, he and a friend of his a while back were doing these broadcasts together. His friend is Marcus Sawyer. That's the Marcus in it. Marcus Sawyer is a musician. He was also a member of the Church of Scientology for a little while. He was on staff in Los Angeles, and I think that's where they met. I'm not for sure. So I was watching a broadcast they do together called Backflash Fridays, and they were talking about how they got recruited.
It's just Backflash. Doug always said Backflash Fridays. It's just Backflash. I have reiterated that so many times. Backflash Fridays sounds so cool. Backflash Fridays, it's like Furniture Mondays. Monday, Backflash Friday, Backflash. No, just Backflash. What Backflash is exactly what you do when you're talking out on YouTube about Scientology. That is a definition of Backflash. It's comeuppance from a junior. You don't give Backflash. Well, that's what every one of us does when we talk about this stuff. So it's a bit just Backflash.
Into their staff positions, because at one point Doug Kramer was recruited for staff, but he ended up not doing it. I don't know I don't recall the circumstances right off the top of my head. So was Marcus. Marcus was also recruited into the into staff, into a staff position at the LA area organization.
Melrose.
And both of them said the same thing when they were regged or recruited or whatever. They were both recruited by attractive females. That's who they interacted with, and they were given promises. Doug is, like I said, Doug is an actor, right? And as people who follow ex-Scientologists and Scientology knows, they are big into celebrity, and they hold acting classes and all this stuff. So it was like a good fit for him. He thought that they would do him some good, but instead they discouraged him, saying, "Oh, you're never going to be a big person. You're never going to be famous, and just probably just really, really, really damaged the man's confidence in himself." And they promised Marcus a lot of the same things. As a musician, we'll support your career and all this stuff. Instead, they wanted him to be a slave. I have a lot of respect for these two guys. I really enjoy watching them interact together. They haven't done it for a while. Who knows why? Stuff like that happens. The other day, I was watching one and watching one on Doug's channel, and someone asked him a question about Marcus, and he said they're just doing their own separate things at the moment, which, that happens. Life's series up and down. I hope that they do something soon again. I like seeing them two interact. It's fun. And
that's the point in a lot of ways. This is such a heavy subject, and it's tragic what these people have gone through. And gallows humor, like I've said on more than one occasion, gallows humor is a way to get yourself through situations. So, well, this is about the end of it. Thank you for sticking around to the end. I'm trying a new different format here, doing this through StreamYard, so bear with me. Um, if you haven't, give me the old thumbs up, subscribe, share, tell your friends. And also, if you were intrigued by that haiku and the other ones that I've done on Amazon, all about Scientology, if you look it up, it'll be the first one to show up. Me. Thank you for watching to the end.
You're
And
welcome,
maybe I'll see you in
Brian.
the next one.
It's only 5 minutes. We dropped numbers like 2 or 3 people. Like, I can't. Patience. Cultivating it. Hard these days. Oh my goodness. Hard these days. Oh goodness. All right. So, um, yeah. So there were more things to do. Yes. Um, there was also um, yeah, there was a disagreement. Um, Doug and I were were pretty close. When he asked me about talking to Zero Dark Tony, I said stay away. He's too professional. He's already geared up. He just came out and he's already got a big setup. I don't think it's I don't wait and see is what I said. Wait and see what happens with this guy because putting yourself in his sphere, let's just call it a shit. Let's just call it a sphere of influence. Um might not be the best thing. And within a week or two, I had become not Doug's best friend but his worst enemy. So I don't know what kind of shit transpired because after I became his worst enemy, it was like a disconnection cycle. Um, that's that. I mean, if you guys want any more details, that's fine. He's gone. There's no more to worry about. But like, what's sad to me is that he expected me uh, to 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 slander him, and then I never. That's not the intention or goal or anything because our code that we followed was make sure you're slinging poo at the right place. Your arrows, don't fling poo on each other. Shoot and aim at the right target. And anything that's distracting, that's trying to say, "Oh, hey, yeah, you suck. You suck. You're bad." No, you're not. You're not telling the truth. You're not telling the truth. It's all, that is divide and conquer stuff. And, you know, led by false narratives and created, just made up stories. I mean, well, I lost a few more people there. Maybe I triggered some people. Not my intention for first day of the year. But, yeah, straight up. I mean, there was a disconnect. And it wasn't, I didn't disconnect. It just happened to me. I went from being his best friend to his worst enemy. So, but I know I learned through friends, our mutual friends, that really wasn't like permanent. That wasn't going to be permanent. And so the part of the ongoing grief for me is the what ifs. You know, the what the fuck. I was hoping, hey, Bach, happy 2024. Listening and lurking while getting to dos taken care of. Well, that sounds legit. Whitney, in the last 2 years, I've laughed the longest, the hardest, the biggest belly laughs with Marcus and Doug. Such amazing content. Huh. Brian, Marcus, I don't think slander is your style. Okay. I appreciate that. I try to be really hard on myself. I am really hard on myself. It's going to kill me. Um, the about the first part, being hard on myself, just ask Cynthia. Um, or any bandmate that I've ever had. Ask my brother. I'm pretty hard on myself. Sometimes I can be hard on others too. Um, there were times where Doug and I challenged each other. Uh, I don't mean like verbal threats or anything like that, but really, took each other to task on ideas. And those things, there were some very fundamental disagreements that we had as friends, um, and boundaries like were pushed, but they were, maintained until his dad died, and then I couldn't draw a boundary. I had to be there for my friend. But then afterwards, like it became a regular thing. So, and I'm not a therapist, and I told him that, and it's not fair for me to. It's not fair to expect me to be that. So, but if he refused to go anywhere in LA, I don't blame him. I told him to get out of LA. I asked him to come to New Orleans. There's a lot of acting going on here. Somebody like him coming to New Orleans would have been amazing. And he would have loved the weather here. Hey Joe, where you going with that oud in your hand? Lydia Von Stretchclaw. No, Janet from another planet. You are one of the good ones, Marcus. Well, I'm glad. I hope that works out for me when I'm dead. Lydia Von Stretchclaw, you were wise, Marcus Hugs. Wise about what? Wise ass? Barb tries, he missed you, and oh my god, he missed you, and whenever you came up, he never shared details, he just said that he loves you. That fucking sucks, Thank you for telling me. I'm not saying your comment sucks. But to know that, like, he was probably just a phone call away, but the last interaction that we had was so goddamn violent that I didn't want to talk to him for a while. I wanted to give him time. And, I needed time. Fuck. To think that it was a phone call away really sucks. But I had within 10-15 minutes of him and I breaking up, I already had trolls and fucking people commenting all over my YouTube, and Doug had access, or whoever had access to Doug's stuff had access to shared folders. So I immediately went on full alert lockdown, blocking all sorts of things, and before it got to be out of control. That shit was fucking crazy. Goodness. Inked. I want to listen to this not because I want dirt on another, but because we need to talk about it when losing a friend. Yeah, this is a trauma community. I ain't talking shit. Talk shit, get hit. Talk shit, get hit. I think that's the first time I might be the first time I ever actually said his full name, because I never wanted to even, not Doug, the other guy, because I don't even want to give him any of my space. But that motherfucker, and then I'm not talking shit, but y'all know who I'm talking about, and this guy, no. Too weird, too perfect, too professional, but at the same time, not super professional. But just like the other things, like Doug was an explorer. He would go talk to people who said that they were narcissists, malignant narcissists, and stuff, and all kinds of things. Like is like I think of Doug as sort of like a explorer. Like he went half crazy on OT3, so he felt like he could go to those places, and it would drive him crazy sometimes. That's what a lot of the phone calls were about. He's going crazy. So, okay. Yeah, warning Doug about Tony. Yeah, right. Beach. Hugs offered. Thank y'all. Thank you, Amy. Willie. Yeah, same. I asked him about you, and he said the same thing. He wouldn't say what it was. Well, now you know what it was. It was. Now, I can only speculate what happened after, but there was a certain point, when I told him not to, when I told him probably hold off, he couldn't. He just couldn't. He had to go talk to him. And within a week, we were talking way less. And that we did 2 more broadcasts after that. And after the last broadcast, is whenever, like, he called at 1:30, and he was screaming at me, and I don't know. It was like he had gone into some trance, into some ethics presence. This is not common. This is weird. Okay, this was very weird to me. So I was responding. However, I was like, I didn't really know how to respond to the types of questions, and they were repetitive. It was like an auditing session. So, and it's a typical shit. What have you done? What are you not telling me? I didn't have administrative rights on his page, but apparently that someone did and was deleting his comments, and shadow banning people, and apparently the Discord as well. So, and there were logs apparently, but you could fake a log, especially like Doug wasn't a IT guy ever. Like some of the stuff that we did on Backflash, like the intro and stuff and all the assets, I had to show him that you could do that in StreamYard and have a little like formatted program and whatnot. So like, he wasn't real ace wizard behind on the admin part of anything. It just, what I got to mash, make it do. Right? Let's see. Yeah, is Tiff here? Okay, Tiff, what up, girl? Oh, yeah. Let's see. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Tiff. Oh yeah, Lydia, I hear you, Marcus. I honestly do. You would have made up. I have absolute faith in that. Yeah, I think we would have. I think it would have been sooner than later, like this year. Like a little bit of time and reflection can change a person. It just, what's sad to me is that he really didn't want to live in the future, so he'd be okay with being dead. Is in that, I don't mean to sound callous or crass or anything, but that's literally, I mean, he did not want to live in the future. He talked about a lot of stuff on his channel that was not cool with YouTube, I guess, and so he had the Substack for that other stuff that wasn't cool with YouTube. So let's see. Brian. I've had falling outs with friends before. Logically, I knew it was just temporary, but that would take time and distance to process and get past. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I mean, I'm sure that Doug realized somehow that he popped into this ethics officer valence with me and did a disconnection cycle and realized it and knows that disconnection cycles are they take a while to recover from. Like, cause you really lay into somebody. Like the first person that I disconnected from was my keyboard player when I moved to Ventura on staff because I was getting not email, regular snail mail correspondence with mini discs for music. And we were working on music all the way across the country from Hattiesburg, Mississippi to Ventura, California. And it was brought up to the ethics officer's attention that this guy, because they read your mail, and there were things that he had said that were like, potentially trouble source for me. So I had to run a disconnect on him, and it was the first one that I did. And I wrote this guy such a nasty letter, and that took 20 years before I spoke to him again. And I cried the day I did. It was like 2020, I think, when I finally reconnected with him. So it was almost 20 years. Because that letter was nasty. Disconnection letters are nasty when you're really doing a disconnect. Doug was a risk taker? Yes, indeed. Absolutely. Belladonna Chronicles, homeboy does that stuff on purpose, dude. Yeah, I figured that out pretty early. I didn't have any evidence, but I didn't. That's my problem, is that I don't have any evidence to convince people that something's happening, and then they're like, "Well, this doesn't seem like it's happening." Okay, and then it happens, and then I don't want to be the guy that says, "I told you so," and I usually am not. But then I get the flag back because people are mad because I did say something and it did happen, and they looking at me like, my mother does that a lot. I'll tell my mother something and be like, this is gonna happen, and then she's like, no, it's not, and then it happens, and I don't say a damn thing, but she'd be mean mugging me. It's fucking hilarious. Okay. Whitney, same here. Oh, Tiff said, homie, getting in between relationships. Yeah. Barb tries, same here. That's Whitney talking. I only heard about the fallout and the horrible, cruel things he and his followers would say. No reason to watch. Homie. Homie don't play that. Willie Weed, we were completely opposite politically, and I'm extremely political. I didn't know that, Willie. Could have fooled me. Puff, puff, pass. Joe, I hope 2024 is off to a good start for everyone. Well, I heard there's bug fixes and patches coming in. We'll see how the devs do on 2020.4. I think that's fucking hilarious. And Lydia, it's possible that the pairing of Tony and Alonzo were fucking with his head. Yeah. That's not just possible. Like, that's a for sure. So, and if anyone in the chat knows that name Alonzo, not a good combo, those two. And him also being in LA, so that's a trifecta, The stress alone. No wonder he chain smoked, Calms down the vagus nerve. Well, I don't think Willie says, but I've never agreed with anyone 100. I don't think anyone has. Unless you are in, like, the Marines and like you just have one objective, then you have to. Let's see. Log file are easy, simple, plus minus on the one field. Oh shit! Are you talking about the patch, Whitney? You working on the patch? Whitney works in AI or something tech. She might be working on a patch for us. I need more Bugattis in this patch to do all the fun stuff. Uh, another thing that is really regretful is that Doug wanted to participate and be a principal actor in a series that I had in my head for a long time called The Mission, and he was going to play Jim Hamry, which we both knew Jim Hamry, and like there were mannerisms and things that Jim did, his little ticks and whatnot, that I was around 24/7 almost. And so like I would feed these to him as an actor, and he would incorporate them into. Oh, I wish it had recordings of that, because he really would have fucking knocked that shit out of it. He'd have. Anyways, deeply, it's regretful, because who the hell is gonna play Jim Hamry now? Oh, Joe, any good vegetarian Cajun Creole recipes you know? I'm going for veggie for January. I can ask my cousin Joe. She's got a vegan, or at least vegetarian, vegetarian gumbo. But I mean, just know it's not really gumbo, in my opinion. Tiff, I agree 100, and you know that I think that's truth. Word up. I don't know. Barb, yes, he does have a Substack. Willie, or at least he did. I don't know if that's a paid thing. So, just to let everybody, all of his YouTube is backed up. So, that's good. And then most of the stuff on Substack is backed up as well. Some of it, there were 3 videos on the Substack that were not able to be backed up for whatever reason. Willie, we were just parts of our life experience, which is so different for everyone. I love how everyone's sharing this morning, afternoon, whatever. I lost my spot. Barb tried Joe. Joe read Barb's name as barbiturates. What's on your mind? Joe, let's do some music together this year, Marcus. I'm working on a new album. Hell fucking yeah. Hell yeah. This we've just got a TR3 it. Repetitive questioning, scheduling. Repetitive questions, Inca. Part of Scientology, but also a game that dominant controlling people do. I think they feel if they keep asking will make the other person to finally tell the truth. Yeah. Well, I mean, parents do this with kids, and kids will finally break and say, you know what? Yeah, I did this. Okay. And even though they didn't do it, they'll accept responsibility. This is also a study. You know, people will accept responsibility for things they didn't do. I don't remember the name of the study. A study where people admit to things they didn't do. Yeah, APA, false confessions. That's just an article from the APA. I need study finds. I don't know. Try that. Yeah, you can be persuaded to confess to an invented crime. I mean, this is like, you know, you can read all about this stuff. TR3 in auditing is designed to do exactly that. Just to, you know, repetitive questioning gets you to invent and then admit to a crime. That's how they do the fair game aspect of, if you can't find a crime, make one up. And that's they do a process. Get you to admit to it. Get you to write it down and then put it in your folder. And that's, quote, the truth. It's the sort of the yeah, it's like a little blackmail box that you get when you leave, if you leave on standard lines. Hugs to you and your lady. Thank you, Belladonna. Barb, the timing of his death is sadly ironic for me because it complicates the grief. Well, yeah, the timing was shit, but you know what? I feel like Doug is laughing maniacally with both middle fingers pointed at Earth and is chasing Hubbard to Target 2 to fuck with him. Doug is not dead. You know, I don't tend to get into my personal beliefs, but I don't think anything's dead, and I think death is sort of a construct humans make up. And there's a persistent universe, you know, a single verse, universe, one word. So whatever that is the big mystery. But there ain't nothing that goes away. Even information in black holes is not lost. Which is really wild when you think about it. Witness, all that attacking, homeboy was moving just like Scientology full offense attack. Yeah, I recognized that as well. Got a message retracted from Brian. Wonder what that was. Lydia von Stretchclaw. Many people were saying the same thing. Don't be too hard on yourself. I didn't want to speak in certainties, but yeah. Miss Tara Green. Homeboy is an OSA agent. No doubt. Well, I mean, yeah, it's here's the thing I talked about on a thing with Mark Turi, and I do want to talk to Mark Turi this year some more. He was grieving very heavily when I spoke to him, and he was sick as well. It just hit him. Also, bad timing, and because we couldn't really talk, and there wasn't many other people he could talk to, so. In a discussion we had, Mark Turi, myself, I think Marilyn, and maybe Denver, Steve. I talked about intelligence and how everything is an asset, and assets, well, agents are assets. And so you make everything an asset for yourself as the agency. And so turning anything into an asset is sort of like is spy trade. So like you can turn someone's environment, any asset in their environment, into something that you can manipulate or control. Whether, you know, if it's a person, it's considered an agent. And so homeboy, I would agree with you that it was definitely an agent. Now whether it was a bona fide agent conscripted directly to, I think he works for other people too. I think he's kind of like, you know, just for sale. But that's just my opinion. Witness, dude, living in LA alone is just, that place is full of judgmental snob. Oh, they're so hypocritical too. It's so funny because they don't even see it. Belladonna, I guessed it. I watched Homie for a week and figured out how dangerous, like, succubus, dude. Yeah. Incubus is, I've been corrected on that. If it's a male, it's incubus. If it's a female, it's a succubus. But if you want to call Homie a bitch, then he's a succubus. So how about that? All right. Lydia at Terra Green. Oh, I definitely think he's on the payroll too for sure. Don't think he's in OSA, but think he's taking back handers from them. He's making her Hall Mindy from that channel. Oh, money from Mindy. Okay. Money, not Mindy. Okay. First part, yeah, for sure. I mean, not for sure. I don't have proof. I'm not here. I'm not here to talk shit. Talk shit, get hit. Belladonna, I was with mom when she was dying. Like Doug and others we care about, we grieve for what we could have said. Yeah, for sure. Sometimes we don't know what to say though. And then the person's gone, and then it's like, oh, well, you've lost the opportunity. Witness, there are false confession interrogations on YouTube. Pretty interesting. Yeah, really? Wow. I don't doubt it. Joe DeCeppo, there was a Darren Brown show where he got someone to admit to a crime he didn't commit through a lot of mindfuckery. Would recommend to watch to see how it's done. Eye-opening. I would recommend to watch it too, even though I haven't watched it. But to see how it's done is very, very good to know, because it's probably not how you expect. You are not immune to propaganda. No one is immune. We do not have a built-in immunity for that shit. Lydia said, absolutely. He shows firsthand how the stuff is done. Willie, I hear they're making a lot of films here in Atlanta. They're just so backwards here. Yeah, that's why a lot of the people from Atlanta are coming to New Orleans again. But they keep going back and forth, honestly. Barb, I won't know by living. Only my dying will tell. Laura Nero. I like that. Belladonna. Part of Doug is within all of us through our memories, dude. Yes, absolutely. That's why I say he's not dead. Doug ain't dead. Just like all of my family and friends, you know, they live on. I've got pictures of them everywhere. I mean, right here on my desktop, Charlie is with me all the time. And there's this beautiful painting, but when I look at this, I can imagine him, and I can think of him, and I can think of things that he said, and he's not gone. Unban Mark Turry. What do you mean unban him? What did he get banned from? Happy New Year, all Sandykins. Happy New Year, Sandykins. 2020.4, patch 4 of 2020. This is, I think, the last patch before they go live. So 2025, we go live in the simulation. Way past the singularity point. What you think, Whitney? You think we passed the singularity? Sandy. Nora talked about how he would be on the payroll. Makes sense. Lydia at Sandy. Yep, no way that channel alone makes proper money. Poet, be right back. Lost an argument with my dog. Okay, buddy. Barb, how it's done is akin to torture. Thinking about a hole. Yeah, it is very akin to like prisoner torture, because and you can incorporate some freedom into it, and it really fucks you up too, because you go from no freedom to having freedom. And once you're in a state where you have no freedom, and then you go into a state where you have freedom and you don't exercise it consistently and you're under control, that's a good time to get these false confessions and stuff like that. It means that, you know, they'll do anything to get away because they know that it's like hopeless. So, Inked, continuation of life is clear for me. What I can't decide is if there is a continuation of conscience or soul. I would love to believe, because I lost recently a life friend. Yeah. Now, I don't know. None shall know, right? None shall know the time. Miss Tara Green, I don't know what you heard about me. I haven't heard anything about you. Hello and welcome. Inked. He has like 4 or 5 channels at Lee Espresso. Inked True. We are beyond tipping. Whitney on the singularity. We are beyond tipping. I can say that. ... Yeah, we are beyond tipping. You know it. You know it. And this is the future that Doug was terrified of. Like I do not want to live here. Barb tries reading Going Clear, The Prison of Belief right now. Great. That's a great book. Willie Weed, False Memory is a Bad Racket. Yeah. It's terrible. Whitney. Mark Turi's channel was yeeted about 2 months back, I think. He was posting great info on comparative religion, coercive control, etc. I did not know it was yeeted. We'll have to talk to him about that. Maybe he mentioned it, because I do remember him saying something took the piss out of him. So, okay. Sandy Kens. I took a free sub the first month, stopped when I realized what he was doing. And we all forgive you for that shit. I mean, if someone's providing information, especially, you want to compare information, right? You don't want to just take one source for its face value, even if it's Doug or me or Aaron or Mike or Tom DeVoe, whoever. Like, you want as many perspectives as possible. And if this person has a potentially legitimate perspective, then yeah. So no harm, no foul there. Sent me another free membership and it won't let me undo the membership. That's hilarious. Barb tries. I do believe, but recognize it makes life easier for me to do so. But I believe that I do believe I get to be with my daughter again. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have had several near-death experiences. Nothing like what I've seen people describe, like the beings and light and big libraries and all kind of stuff. But I've been what seems like outside of my body or perceived things from outside of my body. I don't know what the hell that's about. I don't know if that's like hallucination, because I know that we get a nice big drip of DMT before we die. Usually. If the body has time, it'll be like, blip, there's all your DMT, you're dying. So that could cause quite a trip, and then maybe that's just nothing after that. But from the psychedelics that I've done and seeing and hearing things that don't typically I hear or see or think that exist, and that dissociation and the feeling of oneness with everything, I feel like there's something to that. And who knows? Maybe Terrence McKenna's right, and the plants of the earth are just using us as pollinators. I mean, it could be any number of crazy things, but I do believe you will be reunited, and I say that on faith, because I do believe in speaking things into existence. I've seen it happen. That's how the wheel was probably invented. Like, dude, thinking about it, maybe if I had a wheel, he thought it into existence. Now he had to do things to make it happen, but Sandy Kens, I'm not even subscribed. Maybe that's why I can't undo. I don't know. Bach Buddy agreed. Homie was for sale. Never got pronunciation of OSA. Willie did not know that either. Joe, 2024 is a big year worldwide. Elections in U.S., UK, Russia, if you can call their elections, Taiwan, Pakistan, India, Mexico, Indonesia, and many more. A lot of change due. God damn, yeah, you're right. Willie Weed says he's great. Turi, yes, he is. Mark Turi is a very wise, scholarly gentleman and a scholar. Yeah, love him to death. Whitney, yes, said Joe DeCepo. Do you remember when Mark's channel was bonked off? Yes, it was before Halloween time, because I remember we all held up unbanned Mark Terry signs on a Nerdy Bunch special while in costume. That's crazy, man. I missed that. I don't watch everything. Inkgood, lots of love. Brian, from energy we came, back to energy we will return. Yeah, man, it's all light. And being a sound engineer and studying waveforms in like well, a lot of detail. I actually believed before they proved that light was a particle in a way. They said what light is a particle in a wavelength. Well, now it's more a wavelength. And I believed that before they said that. I'm like, there's no way it's either one or the other, and observation may play a part in it, but primarily it's a wavelength, is what I felt. And with wavelengths and the medium of music, space and time and vibration, frequency, can elicit feelings, very powerful feelings in people with just the manipulation of frequency modulation, how it hits the ears, frequency range, all these things. The Bible says it started with a big bang, big sound. Like, I don't know, man. Sound seems integral, or waves in particular, waveforms seem integral. Microwaves, gamma waves, like all these things make life possible. I think they're pretty integral. Electromagnetic waves, all these waveforms. Thanks for getting me off on a tangent there, Brian. Willie Weed, unless you go in your sleep, I came close once, and a neighbor luckily kept me awake. Wow. Huh. Damn. Barb tries. Yeah. Yep, things that happened after she died, she was around, she was communicating with us. That's something that I am always reluctant to talk about because I don't know if I believe in it or not. And my mother believes in it, these messages. Cynthia believes in it, and they both believe that I've gotten messages. My brother, I think, believes, and he's gotten messages. But, this is not scientific. There's no proof. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's not real. And there's no harm in believing something unless it's, if the belief is hurting you in some way. That's why if you go to a therapist and you say, oh, I see angels all the time, they talk to me. And the therapist asks, well, are they physically there? Oh, no, they're invisible. You can't see them. They're in another dimension, but I talk to them all the time. You want to talk to one? I'll tell you what they're saying. The therapist cannot commit you because it's not causing any harm. The belief is not causing any harm. However, if you say you got demons and they're telling you to kill people, then that is something that they may want to address accordingly, especially if you have a plan to do so. Okay, keep trying to keep up. Well, you're keeping me busy this morning. Yep. Okay, thanks, Joe. My sense of time is messed up sometimes. Beach, I have premium and my chat box keeps disappearing. I am not impressed with YouTube. You know what? Neither am I. So speaking of, that's a great jumping off point. I wanted to show you this because I may be syndicating through Rumble. Now, I'm still going to have my YouTube. Where is this? Here we go. Is this it? Yeah. So what is Rumble? I'm going to read this real quick. So Rumble is simply put a place for uploading videos and sharing them. And that way it's like YouTube, another site where you can upload and share videos on YouTube. If you're really good at that, you can become one of the top YouTube influencers. Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm clicking here to read the full article, but why aren't you giving me the full article? Do I have to do it like this? No. Back. Back. I mean, where is the official thingy? So, goodness. There we go. Maybe this one. No, I don't want a subscription. I can't afford a subscription. All right, so one of the things, here we go. What differentiates? Users can post their content on platforms like Rumble and YouTube. Users who upload content to the platform are paid for it. The primary difference between Rumble and YouTube is that before it monetizes a user's account, it requires 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours watch time. I have like 14,000 hours of watch time. Never hit 1,000 subscribers, but that's fine. Quality over quantity. Rumble, on the other hand, makes no such demands. Compared to YouTube, earning money via Rumble is much simpler. Before monetizing user material, Rumble does not require any specific requirements. Additionally, it posts user videos to YouTube. There are some factors you need to consider if you want to increase Rumble revenue. I'm going to break it down simple. There is less, like if you become monetized on YouTube, and again, Doug and I spoke at great lengths about all this stuff. If you become monetized on YouTube, you might as well slap a fucking muzzle on your face. Because if you talk about things they don't want you to talk about, you're going to have issues. Kind of like on my radio program where I have a license to play the music. Even my own music, I get flagged and have claims put against me on my own music. So imagine if you are talking about subjects or whatever that they don't want you to talk about. That's why you'll see people who are monetized omit or not read comments because their advertisers have requirements. Somewhere in the fine print is all that shit. All right. So Rumble has no such thing. I mean, they do not allow illicit, illegal, or pornography or anything like that. But like you can say whatever the fuck you want, pretty much. And that goes with the territory of freedom of speech. So that means you're going to hear things from people that you don't agree with. Oh my fucking God. Forbid. You're going to hear an opposing viewpoint. But it is suited and tailored for creators similar to me, where I have a whole studio here and I have 5 different channels and I can edit things and then I can syndicate them into Rumble, all the different channel programming. And, you know, while it may not have the viewers quite yet, it's already being monetized, and advertisers are like, yeah, freedom of speech, go for it, you know. And it's been an issue with one particular channel for me for years. The gaming group that I play with, it's like a bro culture. I mean, like, I can't put that on YouTube. A lot of the videos have been taken down because when we all get together and bro it up in a video game, like, it's locker room talk, you know? There are very few chicks that want to come and hang out with us. There are some, but, you know, they actually kind of like hanging out with the dudes. So, but it's, we're constantly insulting each other. It's actually quite funny. But can't have it on YouTube. Can't have that on YouTube. Can't have fun on YouTube. Can't have freedom of speech. So I'm not saying I'm leaving YouTube. I'm saying is I want to curate. Is one of the goals I guess I have. I want to curate content. Why is that still open? I want to curate content for Rumble and syndicate it to Rumble. I don't want the same thing that's on YouTube on Rumble. I want Delta Gold Media and all of its subsidiary channels to have its own programming and cultivate a audience on Rumble that way. So, let's get back to the comments here. And also, Steve publicly, several times was like, "Hey, Marcus, we need to talk." And I really admire Steve. I like his broadcasting style. He's got a really good broadcast persona, and he reminds me like he was born for radio, so and in podcasting, whatever. So I think that well, no, he created a Rumble account around the same time I did, or shortly after, but like me was like, I was kind of fumbling around with it because it's been flip flopping around. But the thing is there's been a huge antitrust suit that they went up against Google and won. All right, so this is going to change things in 2024. YouTube is not going to be the only game in town. I mean, maybe we'll see. Maybe I'm right about that. Maybe I'm not. All right. So, where did I leave off? Yeah, elections. Energy. Yep. Premium. Look me up. All will be revealed. 2024. Green Terra Om Tari Tutari. Soha. Green Tara. Okay. Let's see. Miss. Look me up. All will be revealed. 2024. Terra Om Tari Tutari. I did 3 T's. Tutari Soha. Green Terra. No result. Told me to look you up. Is this it? Himalayan Yoga Academy? All right. Puff, puff, pass. Brian was watching a dumbed down video on quantum physics, and it basically came down to that subatomic particles are made up of nothing more than quantum fields, i.e., we are nothing more than vibrations. Ha! See? It's like some things I just knew. There are atoms in each of our bodies that are over 13.7 billion years old. It is true. We are that old. It's a trip, ain't it? So we don't go anywhere. We're old as fuck. Death is an illusion, man. Just stay, Barb, just stay open to it. I have a whole catalog, the Becca Church of Wonder catalog of unexplained phenomena and amazing small world stories. That sounds cool. Whitney, that is why I love volcanoes. Okay. Because they're old. Beach, same at Sandy and Clearwater. Chad is, hey Chad, I didn't realize you was here, buddy. Is also a reluctant member. There are many of us. A reluctant member of Homie don't play that. Joe, this reads like an AI generated article for ad money clicks. Oh man. All right, that's for ad revenue. It's a third that to start making money. Well, yeah, I don't know how y'all think I make money. I mean, musicians. I'm not a rock star, and even rock stars don't make that much money. Um, I don't have. I'm on my fifth disability denial. My back is all fucked up. I gotta go get facet injections and a radio frequency ablation. Um, I'm making $400 on this show Friday, and 200 of it's going to the sound guy. Um, yeah, I'm basically a guy on the internet, but the thing is, I'm a dude on the side of the street. I'm just a curbside. Stupid song. I'm a curbside prophet with my hand in my pocket and I'm waiting on my rocket to come. I used to play that song in a cover band. God help me. Poet, when I started my YouTube channel, the thought of monetization never even crossed my mind. Same here. I don't want to monetize YouTube, but I don't mind monetizing Rumble. The terms and conditions for YouTube monetization are absolutely ridiculous. I will not be muzzled like that. No way. Like that they're saying, will you put this muzzle on to get the ads for Ritz crackers? Fuck you. And for $20 to $100 a month? Look, I've talked to Chris Shelton. I know, like, it's a lot of work for a pretty meager sum. And, I'm trying to get Bugattis here. I mean, some people like it, some people don't like it, but all I can say is, what color is your Bugatti? Joe DeCeppo, I get that all the time. Videos of me playing my own compositions on Oud, but I built myself, and they have the cheek to tag it as someone else's. Yeah, so that's YouTube. That's Sony, Warner, and Universal Music Group. Sony, Warner, Universal Music Group, and all of the subsidiaries, even the ones outside of the country. I get tagged on Facebook every week for my radio broadcast by this one publishing company that thinks they own some kind of right or license or sync for Jeremy Lister and another one for Brother Deej. Absolutely ridiculous. And then they go, oh yeah, no, it's fine. But they put the claim in, which is, it stops it from going further down the stream, so to speak. Willie Weed, how someone got 1 million subs in 10 months putting up 2 1-minute videos every day. How sad and how simple it was. And they aren't on the screen. How to Basic is a wonderful YouTube channel that I thought was genius. It's old. I remember when it started, the initial idea was like how to do simple things that like everyone should know how to do. The first one was how to put on shoes. And he just put on his shoes, and that was it. That was the video. And he got so many views, and then he started just getting goofy with it, and like how to fix a PlayStation, but he'd like smash it with hammers and throw food on it, and it's actually an epic waste of food and really sad, but it's a funny channel. It's pretty hilarious. Joe builds works of art that make music as well as play. Amazing what she's doing. I agree. Beautiful instruments and like how many she makes. I've known some luthiers, and it takes them longer to make stuff. Maybe ouds are a little, maybe because of the size, and maybe because, but it's still like that's throughput is impressive. Whitney, and when the prophet comes, we all mistype the name. That's good. Belladonna, I believe that we are atoms. That is why I like the song from Fame. I sing the body electric. Willie Weed was talking about super chats, etc. Whitney, I was the same. I was in a real fuck you mood when I did my videos. I'm, they are still up. Happy they are still up. And Christine Fountain. Welcome, Anne. Happy New Year, 2020.4. I love the movie Fame. Perfect for us performance art geeks. Yes, I was. Yeah, I mean, that's true. High school, they always were redoing Fame because there's so much going on in it. Willie Weed, thanks for your kind words. Beach, I remember that channel. What channel is it that y'all are talking about? And Christine Fountain. I got a Lutherie certificate from Roberto Van in Phoenix. I don't know that name, but sounds impressive. You want to build me a guitar? I like guitars. Well, I figure that's gonna happen. You found me through Doug, yeah. So yeah, speaking of going back to that topic, now that I've caught up with the comments, it's 1:30. So I uploaded about 100 and some odd videos, and I do need to go through and label them and make a playlist for them and organize them. I have my book outlines, which was what was getting me, I think, into trouble because I was talking about writing a book. When you start talking about writing, I guess it was 2017. I was talking about writing a book, and people started following me. And then there's the GoFundMe that was before the Aftermath Foundation existed. Aaron would do GoFundMes and post them. Well, if you had one and you were trying to recover from shit, which in my case, I left Scientology, and my amicable divorce turned into a high conflict divorce lawsuit, and I was accused of all kind of shit that was in my ethics folder. So, was it fair game? I can't prove it, but that's the best kind. The thing is that I had told my ex-wife everything that was in my ethics folder, so it could have been either way, and that's why I say it's perfect fair game. And she was in contact with Dominic from the Baton Rouge org, who's now the ED. This was one after I had gotten some money to get a vehicle so that I could
Hello.
all of my. This one's a funny stream because Johnny V and a bunch of psychologists where he worked were watching me work on this car. This was live. And they're like, watch this guy screw up his car and he doesn't know what he's doing and all this stuff. But as the video went on, they were like, oh, well, he kind of knows what he's doing. I mean, this was what I could afford with what I made from the GoFundMe, but I'm going to play it on like 2 times speed just to see. So I was fixing a whole bunch of stuff on this car to get it running so that I could make it, from place to place, A, B. I didn't have it for very long, but I had it long enough before I moved to Sacramento. So I was able to get around here and handle all of my medical stuff. This was me replacing hose, it looks like, or maybe getting to some piece. Now, back then, the live chats weren't. I removed the radiator is what it looks like. Put the new radiator in. Yeah. Um, and they was making fun of me. They're like, yeah, you don't know how to do shit. You're not going to get it done. And I think my nephew was there. But anyways, yeah, I got it. I ended up getting it done. But there's a bunch of videos here. Some of them I've covered in the Ding stuff, and some of them are. There's just so much. Okay, so it's basically the first 2 years of me, leaving, and sometimes I'm mentally stable, and sometimes I'm not, because at the same time going through this sort of deprogramming phase, I've been, roped off access for my children via a protective and restraining order and a supervised visitation order, which prolonged has turned into a sort of like accepted, like this is how it is and this is how it's going to be. And over time, I've gotten more access. The judgment that I got was very much in my favor, but the judge acknowledged that like I was already like financially ruined, so like there's no reason to do some severe judgment. So I paid the lowest rate of child support, and I can't even afford that. Lowest in the state. But I got my cancer crap taken care of. That was number one, because I got to be alive to be a dad. And it was hard. Hard for me. Alex, what up, buddy? What you say, my man? Happy 2020.4. The falafel are ready here, so have a good night. All right, Lydia. Sounds delicious. Modern cars, who knows? Last TI. Oh, that was a 325i that I was working on. I did a video. This one is funny. Oh, another reason for Rumble, okay? If it wasn't enough for me to say about the freedom of speech, some of these videos I'm actually probably going to upload on Rumble, because the big bad word. Okay? To clarify for the millionth time, I have no concept of this word prior to Scientology. The only association with this word was with someone who is not a Scientologist. My channel was called Wog World for years, until 2017. In the Aftermath group, Aaron Levin made a comment, said, oh, I've been notified that Wog is a derogatory term in Britain and Australia. So I apologize. But the thing is, he knew that already. So, whatever. It was shortly after this, I just, okay, well, I guess I'll just, cancel myself. And, but there's still a lot of stuff that's like baked in. The intro that I have, this thing, used to say Wog World instead of in Theta. So like that used to say Wog World, and now it says in Theta. So some of these old videos, have that intro, and let's just not go around offending everybody. Yeah. This was 2015 during my divorce, and for legal reasons, I had to remove my videos until a resolution is made. This resolution is to do with the church. Scientology, please support issue has been resolved. It can take a long time. Unfortunately, it's slow. In Louisiana, of course, it's slow. That's us. I am not being sued over your game. I was being sued. I wish I could disclose the issue, but it's ongoing, so I cannot. All the best. I will unpublish my videos on Scientology. But I will upload things so you can see how I'm doing. Thank you, everyone, from the bottom of my heart. All right, so yeah, that's why I started doing these other videos, creative processing, stuff like that. And those are up and in a playlist. And there's some new ones too that have some music in them. And I still have like 80, I don't know, 30, 80, I don't know. There's 209 videos here. There's 300 and some odd before. So I probably got another 100 to upload. Belladonna, holy shisa, what's holy, what do you mean? Hey, Apostate Alex, you've got us all here alongside you, supporting you, Marcus. I love you, man. I love you, dude. Happy 2020.4. Oh, yes, the W word. Yes, the W word. You know, I mean, you've heard Laura say it. You've heard a lot of people say it. But, like, you know, understand the context. Like, context. It's so reactive. Not to be Scientological. Because that's not a Scientology word. Reactive. It's not. Reactive mind is. But to be so fucking reactive, if you just listen, you know, understand what that is, how it is fits into the context, yeah, it actually helps a lot to understand how foreign and how, you know, it's not racism against a person of color. It's racism against anyone who's not a Scientologist. That's what a WOG is. That's anyone else that's not a Scientologist. And it is still a racial term. It's a slur, like, you know, a stupid WOG. But it's a hidden term in Scientology. Essentially, like a low-key, like you could say it in front of somebody, potentially. And yeah, in America, yeah, for sure. In LA, yeah. What the hell is that? I don't know what that means. WOG? I always thought of the game Frog, Wog, Pollywog. Or Frog, Log, Pollywog. I thought it came from something like that. So, you know, I don't want to deal with the fucking, yeah, you said this. Look, this was fucking, I've been doing this for almost 10 years now. Next year it'll be 10 years. 2025 we go live. Right, Whitney? Skynet. And then all will be accountable. So, yeah. Anyways, I don't care anymore. Yeah, I had the channel. That's what it was called. Whoop-de-doo. All right. What else can I talk about? Yeah, I have this, what you call it? Shopify. I only have 2 items. I have a Backflash hat and a Xenu shirt. And, oh wait, I need to go back here to the blog. This Milestone 1 post is one of the first posts that I did. It shows that it's not, but this was my seminar from 2015. I even look like a fucking Mormon or Scientologist. I draw a bunch of shit on the, it's crazy. I explain the ARC triangle and all sorts of stuff. There's a music section. Not much there right now. But yeah, check out the blog. Blogs integrate pretty well with Rumble. Anyways, I'm going to be doing stuff on Rumble, stuff on YouTube. But the stuff on Rumble, I think, is going to be either edited more or curated, you know. And there's 5 different channels. So, under Delta Gold Media. Let's see if I can show that. Log in. All right. So, as you can see, I've got 129 likes and 16 cents. But I have these channels, and you see they're all syndicated. If I do a broadcast, it gets sent over here. So you can find them here. And then there's Denver Steve-O. If you haven't subscribed to him on Rumble, I would check that out. I'm pretty sure everyone here is probably subscribed to Alex, but if not, I'll drop a linky. There we go. Since he's in the channel, I want to support him too. So yeah, give Denver a like over there on the Rumble. And well, shit, where was the? Yeah, this is my life. This morning I went and revised the whole chart for the 5th, so that it'd make it easier for them to read, and also put what instrument I'm going to be playing on each song. I'm going to try to broadcast that for y'all live at the Library Riot. Hopefully it will be from a PV Aurora console, which means we'll have a decent sound along with decent video. But no promises on that yet. I do a bit of writing. I have more stuff to publish that I published before. Same stuff that similar to the reason I unpublished stuff on my channel, because it seemed like the more I published, the more attention I was getting from places I didn't want attention from. What is this? There are some music stuffs. Let's see. Oh, it's muted.
So we can't be apart. Start no baby. Don't wanna break no heart. Start over again. Start over again.
January 1st, 2024. Start over again.
Won't you be my friend? not sure what to take.
Y'all are too kind.
Woman wants and woman waits. Don't matter where you run, there's never anyone to start over again. To start over again. And again. And again.
I forgot I wrote that. Maybe I should tabulate that. Even the lyrics weren't terrible. Yeah. So that's one of the ones that was missing. It's gone. Yes, it's not missing. It's there. There's a bunch of these. What's this one? Oh, I like this one. Just a lonely heart passing by. Just a lonely heart passing by. Don't ask why. No one knows why. Yes, I was in Supertramp. Can't you tell? Don't ask why. It's a lonely heart passing by. Lonely heart passing by. Do I like Pucifer? Maynard James Keenan? I can't say. I'm familiar with a lot of their stuff, so I don't know. Oh, this might be okay. I got to clear something up, and we're coming up on the 2 hour mark. So, and this is like what, a 4 minute song? All right, so we got 10 minutes. I want to clear something up from Backflash. Doug sort of used this song as a like he said that this song was written, basically about me leaving California and leaving it all behind. That's actually not true. This song was written, actually finished this day that I recorded it. Hold on. All right, this song. It's called Leave. It's about leaving it all behind, but it was not about leaving Scientology behind. It was about leaving in 2019 and the utter misery of leaving my children to be 2,000 some odd miles away for my own mental health and safety. Again, so that I can continue to be alive and be their father. It is a tough pill to fucking swallow, and this performance is probably the better one that I didn't have, so I performed it live on Backflash, and Doug sometimes would I told him what it meant, but he was like, "Oh, let's do it let's frame it like this," and I'm like, "Whatever, it's fine." So it gets ears on the music, so whatever, I don't care. But it is about me leaving my children, and it was a very painful thing. I lived on that couch in that studio for about 8 months. There's no bathroom or running water out there in the country. There was a period where I was bumming it pretty hard, 2017 to 2019, and then again 2019 to 2020. And I'm no longer in that situation, obviously, thanks to a little help from my friends. So this is Leave. We'll be playing this on the 5th, this Friday. Different version. This is just the acoustic version, but this is the original version that I posted. Enjoy. Just about run out of time. Just about lost your mind. At least you finally know wrong from right. Time to leave it all behind. Oh, there was nothing you could do. The fault don't lie in you. Still it's hard to see the truth, but it's fine, leave it all behind. Getting really tired, always crying. Know that one day it'll all be fine. Down the road, you'll see the sign of that place you left behind. Of that place that you left behind. No more pain. Yeah, just a breeze. No more screaming. Yeah, just a tree. No more hurt. Just a sound of the ocean and the sun going down. Leave it all behind. behind. Your sweet son. Leave it all behind. Leave it all behind. Leave it all behind. Your whole world, your little girl. Leave it all behind. So dry them tears off your face. Only so much time and space. In my heart I know you're all mine. To leave it all behind. Yeah, I had to leave it all behind. Yeah, that was not long before I took a flight to Sacramento and took 6 months of just, well, for one, to lower my medication because I was on double the medication that I'm on right now just to keep me fucking level. And I'm not on much medication. I was on 2 milligram clonazepam twice a day just to keep me fucking level. That's not the highest dose you can go to, but it is not something that you want to be on for a long period of time. I don't even really want to be on the 1 milligram twice a day. And I was in the process of cutting that successfully. I have an extra bottle here. But in the EMDR processing, my therapist recommended and told my psychiatrist, like, yeah, maybe you should stay on the normal dose for now. And thank you, Whitney. Big hugs to you too, Alex, bro. God damn it, man. We all lost a friend, you know? I'm still fucked up about it if you can't tell. I love that crazy fucker. Yeah, he hounded my ass for almost 2 years since 2018, you know. He was we need to do something, man. He liked to pull on my little old Scientology string sometimes and be like, you have a responsibility, dude. It's for the greatest good for dynamics and helping people. Well, when, you know, I've seen some of the tribute videos and that's what Doug wanted to do. He wanted to help people. He didn't want people to go through what he did. And I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss his presence. As I said earlier, I don't think he's gone. I don't think any of us go anywhere. We'll be here till the heat or the cold heat death. Yeah. We'll be heat death. Hey, one love, long time no see. Yeah, I know he's gone to Target too. He told me he was gonna go to Target too and fucking. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna go to Target too and fucking kick LRH's ass. I want to go see what he's fucking with over there. Oh my God, Target 2. It's still, uh, yeah. This reminds me of when Brian Moore died. The whole state shook. The music world. In the music world, the whole state was earthquake. Heavy B. He was too young. He was 46. But, you know, the way it was in the same way Doug's death was attributed to some of his habits. You know, the smoking was really bad, and staying inside constantly. I don't blame him. It's L.A. and he's in Studio City. Who wants to go outside? It's very dangerous nowadays. And sitting inside all day smoking and broadcasting. I mean, that's, you know, a recipe for early death. A lot of young broadcast, a lot of early broadcast. When you could smoke in stations, yeah, the broadcasters were dropping like flies in their 50s and 60s. They just sit in the studio and smoke. Yeah, he was 50. Yeah, no. I was saying my friend Brian Moore was 46, but it reminds me of Brian because it's gonna take years for me to accept that he's gone, like his person is gone. I don't know if you know what I mean, but it's like when people die, it's like you feel like you could pick up the phone and call them still, but they're not here. And like you just take that for granted that someone's there. And you know, I'd gotten him to go walking, and he was like, "Man, this feels great." I'm like, "Keep walking, please. Get the blood flow. Get up out of your chair." You know, I mean, I have problems with that too. I have to get up and walk around. I have a thing on my board. It has a little check mark for every time I go for a walk. I'm supposed to walk 3 to 4 times a week. I don't always get that, but I do get up and walk around. That's why my broadcasts are usually, 2 hours. But on my gaming broadcasts, sometimes those can go. I've had one to go as long as 13 hours. So, Sandykins. I like to think he found LRH and has been telling him all the damage he's done. Oh, man. Yeah. So you don't know how long you got, none shall know the time. I wrote a song about it called Living in the Moment last year. It was the only song I published last year, and I guess I'll close with that because I can play that as my song, but I'll still get flagged for it. Fuck it. And we'll end the broadcast with this. This is a song I hope you enjoy, and it's about appreciating every moment and trying to do what you can in every moment. I mean, life sucks sometimes, and life is cool sometimes. It's not always going to suck. It's not always going to be cool. But if you can live in the moment that you're in, moment to moment, and make it a practice, however you do it, to accept what is, accept what you can control and what you can't control. I need to scan that document to show everyone. Like, there's a really great thing, a resource of what you can control and what you can't control. And I have it on my wall to remind me, because it's a good reminder. So this is living in the moment. And I don't know if I can show it on a screen. Let's see, second monitor, left monitor. yeah, this is Living in the Moment, my only release. I'm hoping we're going to do a new album this year, again with Rick G. Nelson, with the new band. And I will be probably jangling my little virtual whatever busket um, for money for y'all to help me make it. So here it is, Living in the Moment.
If you're not dying every day, then you're not living in the moment. If you're not giving love away, then you probably never known it. There's only so much I can tell you, and even less I feel I know. The more I live, the more things whisper. I cannot tell you where to go. It's time to fade away. Still on the road all the time. Still got the sun in my eye. I think the lines are getting clearer since I've cut off all these ties. I imagine that I'm gone as I'm breathing in and out. I've given all my love away, but I still have a lot of doubt. It's time. It's time to fade away. It's time to fade away.
Thanks for coming. Live long and prosper.